Good morning and welcome to Soul Focus TV. I'm Coach Betsy and the name of my program is Let's Have a Namaste. And every week I try to make it a little bit different for you. So today we're going to do something called Yoga Fusion. It's really kind of my normal style, those of you who take my class all the time, where I kind of blend in a little bit of Kundalini, a little bit of Vinyasa, maybe a Pilates move or two, and mostly a lot of yoga. Nothing too advanced, so you can be comfortable that you'll be able to do the whole class. So we're going to start with our hands on our knees, and we're just going to take a few moments to center. So just close your eyes and just bring yourself into the present, where everything is possible. So let's have a nice deep breath. Exhale. Again, nice inhale. Try to get a really nice deep breath through the nose. Exhale. And one more deep breath. And let it go. And just taking a few moments to observe your mind. How do you feel today? These are very challenging times. I know everyone's getting frustrated with being alone, but hopefully the good that comes out of this is that we're also learning a little something about ourselves, a little self-discovery. But however you feel, you're entitled to your feelings, so own them. And now we're going to move on to the body. Starting at the neck, how is your neck? How are your shoulders? As we move down the spine, how is your spine, your lower back, your hips? And then as we move down into the legs, how are your knees, your ankles, and your feet? So we can just release any tension we have through the bottom of our feet. We're just going to start to move in a nice circle, warming up the spine. Stay with your breath. Now let's reverse direction. Now slowly just come back to the center. We're going to take our arms all the way up. Inhale. Exhale. We do this to kind of create a little heat in the body. And we're also going to be doing a little twist, so we'll warm up the adductors, the obliques. Let's do a little twist right here. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Most of what we're doing when I teach yoga is a Shivananda style yoga, but I also sprinkle in lots of other modalities. Anusura, Iyengar. Let's come over to that right side and hold. Nice deep breath. Exhale. And to the other side. People also often ask me, what is Hatha yoga? And the thing is that all yoga is Hatha yoga. All of it. Hatha basically means sun, moon, or getting the two opposites to come together in that union, that yoga. So almost, really, with very little exception, almost all yoga is Hatha. And then there's different branches off that tree. Over the centuries of people have put their spin on it. Different parts of the country, different parts of India, different countries. Now let's come back to center. Inhale the arms up, bringing your fingers intertwined, except for your index fingers, so we can draw a circle on the ceiling. Still warming up the body, warming up the spine. And then we'll reverse direction. as we come back to center, inhale and lean to your right. Nice lateral flexion of the spine. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. And inhale, exhale to the left. And then as we come back to the center, we're going to separate our palms and come forward onto just the fingertips. This way we're not just leaning on our palms, we're actually going to engage our core a little bit as we walk out. Just lengthening the spine. Drop your head. Remember, as your body curves over, you want your neck to follow that curve so we're not hyperextending the neck. So as you go lower, drop your head and breathe. Let's have another deep breath here. Exhale. You're always welcome to hold the pose a little bit longer if you'd like. Now let's walk back in with the hands on the knees. When we're sitting like this with our feet gently crossed, this is called easy sitting pose. Just close your eyes and we'll drop the chin to the chest. Now inhale and lift the head. Tilt the head back. Exhale. Inhale, chin to the chest. Exhale. So we're actually working up to the top of the spine, the cervical spine. Exhale. Inhale, up. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale. Exhale the chin to the chest. Let's roll over to the right shoulder, placing your right hand on your head. Just circle your elbow. It's like you're moving your skull on the top of your spine. And then reverse direction. It's a very small circle, very gentle movement. Now let's release that hand. Roll gently across the cheek to the other side. Hand on the head and circle that elbow. And reverse. If you have trouble sitting in Sukhasana, some people do, you just don't have the hip openness that you need to be comfortable. And release. Let's bring our chin to the center of the chest. You can always sit on a little pillow or even sit on a yoga block or even roll up another yoga mat that lifts your tailbone up and you might just be more comfortable. So you always have that option. From here, we're going to lift up our right foot and just stretch that foot all the way out. You're welcome to use a strap if you need one. Stick it under, blend the arch. So that's your choice. And then we move that leg from side to side. Now this should be a wide movement, not necessarily fast, but nice and wide. And without the strap, your hand comes to the inside of your foot. So you're actually holding on underneath your arch. Let's bring that leg to the center where we'll switch hands. And then reaching with the right hand behind us, we come into a little twist. And we'll start to feel this underneath in the hamstring and into the obliques. Now as we come back to the center, we're just going to grab that foot with both hands. If you need to, bend your knee and get your hand under that foot and pull it straight up. And don't worry if your knee is a little bit bent. That's where you're going to be today. It doesn't matter. Eventually, you'll always have a straight leg as you get more flexible and more comfortable. Let's lower that leg all the way down for Janu Sirsasana, or head to the knee pose. Start by flexing that right foot and then release it. We have our left foot to the inner thigh. Inhale the arms up, and then exhale. We're going to go forward, grabbing the foot if you can, and the ankle if you can. What we don't want is just have our arms out like this. We have a place to direct that energy. So if you can't grab the foot, grab the ankle. And breathe. Nice deep breath. Exhale. Just feeling that spine release a little bit, hopefully. Now on this next breath, let's just walk up the leg. Then we're going to take that left knee and hug it close to the belly. And then flexing your right foot, we're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more time. And then relaxing that foot, cross your left foot over. Now this is a modified twist with the leg straight. If anybody prefers the more traditional, you're going to pull the right foot behind you. You want to make sure that you can still put this foot flat down. You don't want to be on the side of the foot. And then you have the option to either move the foot slightly further up, which is a little easier, or closer to your hip, which is a little more challenging. Extending the right arm, you're going to wrap it around that knee, and then bring your left arm right behind your back, like a second spine, and then looking over the shoulder. Ardha Matsyendrasana, half Lord of the Fishes. Now you could stay here, or you could take that right elbow to the outside of the knee, where we end up going just a little deeper as we kind of push that left knee towards the right. You still want to keep your head turning towards the left. You always have to keep in mind that the neck is part of the spine. Nice deep breath. Exhale. Spinal twists are good for so many things. Aiding in digestion, elimination, just general gastro problems. Try a spinal twist first before you go running for the medication. Let's have another deep breath here. Exhale. And then on this next breath, we'll go right to the other side for a counter twist. Every pose actually has a counter twist. Some counter twists are more important to do than others. Now as we come back to the center, we're going to scoot both feet over to the left. So I've got my right foot right against my left thigh, and my left foot is out to the side here. And then my left arm is across the lap as the right arm comes up. I'm leaning toward the left. Extended side pose. Now to add a little kundalini to this, we're going to make it into a mermaid. So we're going to inhale out, exhale to the right. Inhale out, exhale left. Just think about what your spine is doing here. That flexion, that lateral flexion from side to side like a fish. Let's just do one more. And we're going to hold it over here on the left. And then as we come back, we're going to just walk out on top of our right knee. Just walk yourself out till you're laying your chest down on that knee, dropping the head. This is called a sleeping swan. And then walking the hands back under the shoulders so we can come up into the proud swan. This is a little tiny bit of a back bend. We always want to do a little flexion in our spine. Just simply lifting the chest and looking towards the sky is enough. Let's have another deep breath here. And exhale. Now we're just going to shake our legs out front. One of the things I like to do is kind of work on one side for a while and then switch sides. I know sometimes people go from the right to the left with everything. That's fine too. I do that also sometimes. But I really prefer this method myself. So we're sitting back on our sit bones. We're going to pick up that left foot this time. Again, use your strap if you need it. And we're just going to go from side to side. Just breathe. Breath is such a powerful thing. We need to learn how to use our breath better. not just for sustaining ourselves, but for, making that body-mind connection, releasing anxiety, all kinds of things. Now let's come back to the center. We're going to switch hands, and this time we're looking over the left shoulder. Again, it becomes a little more of a twist here. And then as we come back to the front, we're going to grab that foot with both hands. Again, bend your knee if you need to, or use your strap, and pull the leg straight up. You're going to feel this all the way down into the glutes. And breathe. And then we'll gently lower that leg down for a Shavasana, flexing that left foot just to kind of stretch that calf a little and release it. The right foot is now into the left side. Inhale the arms up and exhale forward, grabbing the foot if you can, the ankle if you can't. Drop your head. Breathe. Nice deep breath. Now in this next breath, we're just going to look up at our foot, walk up that leg, and then we'll pull up our right knee. Hug it close to the belly. So you're actually pulling that leg right to your belly. Flex your left foot. And then we're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Just one more time. And relax. Now we'll cross our right leg over. This is the modified twist. Again, just making sure your foot's flat. Move it a little further back to go a little deeper. Slide it out a little if it's too hard. Your option to keep this leg straight or bring it behind you. The left arm will wrap around the knee and the right arm goes behind the spine, turning your head to the right. And breathe. If you want to go deeper, use the elbow. It's kind of not quite a bound position, but pretty doable for just about anybody. Nice deep breath. Exhale. Let's have one more deep breath here. Exhale. And then over to the other side for our counter twist. And then coming back to the front, we'll scoot our legs to the right this time. Same thing, left heels to the inside of our inner thigh, the right leg is out. And this time we're going to put our right arm across the lap and lift the left arm up as we lean to the right. And we'll throw a few more mermaids in here. So let's inhale out, exhale to the left. Just a nice, beautiful flow. Pretend you're a mermaid underwater. How would you move if you were underwater? We're just going to do one more, and we'll hold it over here on that right side. And then let's come down over that left knee. Just walk yourself out, dropping your head. Sleeping swan. And then you can walk your hands back under the shoulders as we come up to the proud swan again with that little bit of an arch in the back. Lift your chin, look up towards the sky. And breathe. And release. We're going to scoot our legs back to the front, shake them out a little bit as we now prepare for Paschimottanasana. And we actually do that with a preparation posture called Dandasana or staff pose. So we're flexing both feet. So there's a lot of tension in the back of your calves. You're going to feel those knees hopefully lower closer to the mat. Then place your hands next to your hips and pressing into your palms so your spine lengthens, putting a little more space between those vertebrae. And breathe. You might even feel like your butt comes off the mat a little bit. It all depends on how you're built, but we really want to feel like we're lengthening the spine. Let's have one more deep breath here. Exhale, and then you can release. So we've actually sort of stretched the whole back of our body from the calves to the hamstrings and up into the lower back. Now we're getting ready for Paschimottanasana. We're seated forward bend. Engage the shoulders. A little tiny back bend here, feeling the core engage. Exhale, we're only going to go about halfway down. So don't be in a big hurry to go for those ankles. Now inhale and lengthen. Exhale and go a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen. I like to take 3 or 4 breaths before I get all the way down. Now in this next breath, I'm going to come all the way up. Inhaling, and this is the one we're going to go all the way down, grabbing the feet if you can, the ankles if you can't, using your strap if you need to, put it on right underneath your feet, and gently pull yourself down. No bouncing, just breathe. We want all of our stretching to be static. Nice deep breath. Every time you inhale, here's your opportunity to lengthen. Every time you exhale, that's when you want to deepen. Breathe. Now some of these, I call them my warm-ups because they're simple, they're done on the floor, everyone can do them. They might seem, a little boring or not as pretty as some of the more advanced yoga poses, but it's a very crucial part of your practice to get the body warmed up so you don't get hurt when you try a more challenging asana. And this is also where we really start to relax a little bit, slowing down. So many of us don't know how to slow down. Now let's have one more deep breath here. Exhale. And then on this next breath, let your arms start to lift up till they're next to your ears, and then continue to lift so we can just circle those arms a couple of times. We'll work on the shoulders a little here. And reverse direction. Beautiful. Now we're going to bend our knees and get ready to go down on our back for a few minutes. So with our palms up, we're just going to go halfway back and up. So we want to inhale on the way down because we always want to be exhaling on a folding motion, or in this case, coming up. Where there's more compression on our diaphragm and our internal organs, that's where we want to be exhaling. Inhale, down. So if you ever get confused, just think about that. Where am I folding my body? Where is there pressure on my internal organs? That's where the breath should be exhaling. Now let's pretend we're holding a ball. We're going to inhale and bring that ball to the right. Exhale, then come up, and then bring it to the left. And up, and down. So we're doing just a little tiny twist in the same movement. Let's do one more. And then from here, you can just lower all the way down onto the back. We're going to pull our right leg all the way up and circle that foot. I like to roll my shoulders off the floor just a little bit so I really engage that core. But it bothers your neck, put your head down. Now reverse direction. And then we're going to lower that leg. Bringing the arms over the head, flexing the feet. So again, we feel that nice stretch in the back of our legs. And release. Let's pull up the left leg. Again, roll the shoulders up if you're comfortable. Circle that foot. Taking care of the ankles so they can take care of you. Reverse direction. And lower. Arms come back over the head. Another long stretch. Let's keep the arms over the head. Your palms are facing up. We're going to lift the right leg up and down, the left leg. Now add the opposite arm, reaching for that opposite foot. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Let's do one more on each side. And then another nice long stretch. Now we'll take our arms out to the side with our palms facing up. We're going to lift the right leg up. We're going to cross it, lift, and lower. Switching legs. Left leg up, cross it over. Now it doesn't matter if your foot doesn't touch the floor. Just go through the movement. As you warm up and get more flexible, you might be able to bring that foot to the floor. This is actually a little vinyasa. Anytime you're linking movement to your breath, you're actually doing vinyasa. It's not just doing some salutations or pretty flow. It can be something simple like this. Just linking that breath to your movement. Let's do one more on each side. Try to keep your shoulders rooted to the floor. Now let's bend our left knee and put the foot flat down. So we've got one leg straight, one knee bent. Now we're going to lift up the right leg and roll all the way to the left, coming into a universal twist. If you need to, you can bend both knees or put a block under your foot. But you want to keep your shoulders down and roll your head to the right. And just relax, just surrender. This is a surrendering posture because you're not forcing anything, you're just letting your body wait, letting your body do the work, along with gravity, which wants to hold your body down. Just surrender to that. Let's have one more deep breath here. Exhale. And then lifting that right leg up, we'll bend that knee, place flat on the floor. Lift up your left leg. Inhale, and then exhale and roll to the right. Your head rolls to the left. Same thing. Try to get the foot on the floor, put a block there, or if you need to, bend both knees. Yoga is one of those things that's truly all about you. You do what feels right for you. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Nice deep breath. Always listen to your body. Exhale. Now let's bend both knees. We're going to bring them to the chest and just rock them from side to side. Now let's send both heels straight to the floor, ceiling, flexing those feet. And then I'm going to root into my shoulder blades and bring the arms up as I come into what's called dead bug pose. Just press your lower back into the mat. So instead of having the natural curves of your spine, we have a flat back. Now we're going to sit on top of our hands with the palms down. So this lifts our lower back up just a little bit and protects it. Opening up your big toes, so your heels are still touching, but your legs are straight. We're going to do big corkscrews, or big figure eights, or big infinity signs. I like the infinity sign myself. As we just drop the legs down about 45 degrees, not too low. You don't want to stress out the back. These are excellent for your abdominal muscles, particularly the lower abs, which are very hard to target. Now let's reverse direction. When we do sit-ups and crunches, we're really kind of working the upper abs. So you really have to shift your contraction to really target those lower abs. Let's just do one more here. Beautiful. Now we're just going to bring our knees to the chest, and with our hands under our thighs, we're going to rock from side to side. And then we're going to rock forward and back. Just roll up. Again, this is another thing where you just have to sort of surrender. Don't be afraid of getting hurt. You won't get hurt. Just let your momentum get you moving. Let's do one more. And we're just going to come right up to sitting. Now we're going to go right into the boat pose. A lot of people think of the boat as a Pilates movement. They do use the boat in Pilates, but it's really a traditional yoga movement. So actually, it's not even a movement, it's a static hold. We're going to keep our knees bent, but walk your feet in closer to your glutes. And then arch your back. This ensures that you're on your sit bones and not your tailbone. If you want to just roll back for a moment, you'll feel that you're actually on your tailbone. We don't want that. So arching your back and sitting up tall pushes you onto those sit bones. Now lifting up one leg at a time, just keep your legs parallel to each other and try to get them parallel to the floor. So this would be your modification. Now you could just stay here. The next level would be to extend those legs all the way up. I'm going to turn sideways. And then your next level is to let go. And just breathe. I like to open the arms. Adding a little movement when you're balancing is always add a little extra challenge. Just one more is good. And then we're going to bring our knees back in and bringing our feet together for Cobblers Pose. Bring those soulmates together, grab your feet, lift your chest. We want a flat back here. We don't want to be all hunched over and rounded. So with your back nice and straight, start to hinge from your hip flexors. I like to use my elbows a little to hold myself in that position, but never bounce. We don't do any bouncing. Years ago, the ancient yogis did a lot of bouncing. They thought it stretched the area. We now know that it's ballistic, and it sends the wrong message to the brain. You can actually hurt yourself. There have been some improvements over 4,000 years in yoga, where people have done a little more medical research and decided to tweak things. Okay, we're going to come up and right onto the hands and knees. With the hands directly under the shoulders, spread your fingers, knees right under the hips. We're going to do some cat-cow. We're going to bring this up to a little bit more of a kundalini. I think if you took my class last week, we did something like this. So you're going to curl the toes under, inhaling, lift the head, and then exhaling, uncurl the toes and round the back. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Really lift that head when you're looking up. Inhale. And again, we're exhaling as we arch the back because there's a little more pressure on our internal organs when we do that. Now let's just pick up the tempo just a little bit. You want to keep your arms straight, so all the flexion's only in the spine. This actually creates a little body heat. Let's do one more. And then we're going to sit back in child pose, Balasana. This is extended child pose as we walk the hands out and then drop the sit bones towards your heels and the forehead to the floor. Now we're going to come back up onto our hands and knees. Move your hands so they're back under your shoulders. Okay, we're going to extend the right leg and the left arm, but then drop your head. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, switch. Left leg, right arm. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Gaze to the mat. Go for length, not height. Make your body as long as you can. Let's do one more on each side. And then we're going to stay right here on our hands and knees, spreading those fingers for a nice space. Curl your toes under. Inhale and lift your sit bones to the sky, lifting your heels off the floor and dropping your head. And then you can pedal those heels to stretch out those calves. Just breathe. This is your Adho Mukha Svanasana, or a downward facing dog. Now let's try to press those heels towards the floor as we let our chest sink towards our thighs. Just breathe. more deep breath here. Exhale. And then we're going to shift our weight forward till our shoulders are over the hands and we're in a plank. Your gaze again is to the mat. Nice straight body. We don't want any butts up in the air. Let's have one more deep breath here. Exhale and then drop to your knees. We're going to sit back towards our heels, but then we're going to go through a little chaturanga as we lower to the elbows and we come forward and lower right onto the belly. Your hands now should be under your shoulders. And we're going to come right into a cobra. So with the forehead to the floor, inhale. And as you exhale, lift the forehead, nose, chin, chest, and then pressing into those palms, we come up into a cobra. If you need a modification, you can come onto your forearms. I don't know if you can see me here, but move back a little. You can be on your forearms instead. Or if your hands are under your shoulders. Nice deep breath. Bhujangasana, Cobra. One of the safest ways to work on your lower back, because we do use our lower back muscles to do a Cobra. So just by doing a Cobra, you're going to strengthen that lower back. Let's have one more deep breath here. Exhale. And then we'll gently lower all the way down, placing one vertebra at a time. Even though it's on our back, we're still lowering it to the mat, one vertebra at a time. Forehead to the floor. And then we're going to press back into child, separating the knees a little further this time, dropping the forehead to the floor. Now from here, let's come out of our child pose. We're going to go right through that chaturanga again, so we're lowering onto the belly. But as soon as you hit the floor, inhale and lift into a cobra. Or we're going to curl our toes under and exhale right into a downward facing dog. Dropping the head, lift the heels, sink through the chest, and then pedal those heels a little. Now pressing both heels to the floor. Nice deep breath. Exhale. We're going to lift our right foot up while rooting into our left foot. And then looking between your hands, try to step right between your hands, pressing that left heel to the floor, and then up we go. Warrior one. Take a moment to engage the shoulders. And then we're going to go into a little vinyasa here. So let's inhale back, exhale forward, keeping that front knee bent. Inhale up, exhale around. Again, inhale up, a little back bend. Exhale forward, inhale up, exhale around. One more time. Inhale up, exhale. And this time we're going to open up to warrior two. I'm going to turn to see my warrior two. Nice and strong. You want a good spacing between your feet. I've probably got 42 inches here. If you're shorter, it might be closer to 36. If you're taller, maybe a little more. When our feet are too close, we end up doing this. We don't want this. So get those feet apart so your body is very centered and your center of gravity is right here. Nice deep breath. Looking over those right fingertips. Now we're going to bend our right elbow and just come onto your leg to start and lift that left arm straight up. Now you could just stay here. This is the first level of right angle pose, Parsvakonasana. Next level will be to drop your right hand to a block. Third level will be to go to the floor. But we want to keep that shoulder alignment. So if you're doing this, get yourself on a block and come back up on your leg. Think about what your spine's doing. Nice deep breath. Anybody who likes to bind, you take your upper arm behind you and the other arm reaches underneath. Now if that's too hard, you can keep this hand on the floor and just do a half bound. You want to make sure again that we're not doing this, but we're keeping our shoulders aligned. Let's have another deep breath here. Exhale. One more breath here. And then you can release if you're bound. We're just going to root into our feet and come right up to Warrior Two. We're going to drop our back hand to the back leg, turning our front palm up, and go right into Shavasana, or the crescent moon. Keeping that knee over the ankle. There is a little kind of a back bend, more into the side, massaging the kidney. Breathe. Looking up slightly towards the inside of your elbow. Let's have another deep breath here. Exhale. And then we're back to Warrior Two. Now from here, I'm going to actually turn back to the front. We're going to bring our hands to the heart. Nice straight line between those elbows. So we don't want this, we want this. Pick up your left heel and drop into your hips a little. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, let's take our left elbow to the outside of that right knee. Turning your head so you're looking to the right slightly. Namaste. A revolved right angle with hands in prayer pose. Let's have another deep breath here. Exhale. And then dropping your hands to the floor, we're going to lower to our left knee and come right up into what's called a little Shavasana, or a little crescent. We are arching the back here. Looking straight up towards the sky. You go as far as you're comfortable. You might even just stay here. Just by lifting that head, you'll feel the spine curve a little, so don't feel like you have to, go for gold with every pose. Let's have a nice deep breath here. Exhale, and then we'll bring our hands to the floor, and we're going to step back into child pose, where we'll have a quick rest before we do the other side. The ancient yogis really believed in rest. They believed in Shavasana. They believed in little rest. And when they did a little yoga, they would often rest between every couple of postures. Now we're going to come back onto our hands and knees and go through that little chaturanga again as we lower the butts in the air, the chest comes down. We're going right into our Cobra. Inhale, and then curling the toes under. Exhale. Back in our downward facing dog. Pedal those heels if you'd like, or go ahead and drop them right to the floor. Now let's lift up our left leg. Looking up between our hands, we're going to step right between those hands and up we go. We're in Warrior One on the other side, hopefully. And again, a little vinyasa. Inhale back, exhale forward. Inhale up, exhale around. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and one more time. Inhale, exhale, and we're going to open up to Warrior Two. And again, I'm going to turn sideways on the other side. Make sure you're on the other side. You're looking over your left palm. I've got that nice space here. Just drop the shoulders, lengthen through the arms. Now bending our left elbow, we're coming into that modified right angle. And again, you have the choice of staying here, dropping to your block, or going to the floor. Just keep the shoulder alignment. You always want to keep the integrity of the pose. If you want to bind, the upper arm goes behind, and the other arm reaches underneath. Again, notice my shoulders, I'm not here. My shoulders are still aligned. And I'm underneath my leg, not the butt. Way underneath this left leg. On the other side, it would have been the right leg. Let's have one more deep breath here. Exhale. And on the next breath, you can release your bound pose if you're bound. And rooting into the feet, we come back up to Warrior Two. Checking that you still have the space. You haven't messed up your alignment. We're going to drop our back hand to the right leg, turning our left palm up as we come into Chandrasana. And breathe, looking up towards the inside of that elbow. Nice deep breath, massaging the other kidney. One more deep breath here. Now I'm coming right back to Warrior Two. And then I'm going to come back to the front here. We're going to bring our arms to the hands to the heart. Again, that straight line between the elbows. Picking up our right heel. So we're not on that heel with a 45-degree angle because that we end up torquing our knee. We now know that it's better to lift up that heel and pivot on the ball of our foot and keep the alignment between the hip, the knee, and the ankle. A lot of yoga practitioners will still do it the other way, but it just torques your knee. It's much safer to do it this way. Inhale, and then bring your right elbow outside the left knee. Revolved right angle. Pavariti Parsukhanasana. And breathe. Let's have one more deep breath here. Exhale. And then bringing the hands to the floor. We're going to step back into plank this time. And just hold that plank nice and strong. Let's have one more deep breath here. And then I want you to lift your hips as we come back into a downward facing dog. You may have to walk your feet in a little bit more. Drop your head. Shake it, yes, shake it, no. And from here you can either walk or hop up to your hands. We're just going to roll up one vertebra at a time. Keep your head down to the very end. And then roll the shoulders back. All right, so we're standing. We're going to do one balancing posture. And then roll the shoulders forward. So let's take our arms up. And then bring the palms to touch. Again, right at the heart. We're going to go into tree today. Tree is a nice pose to do because it uses a lot of different muscles and it uses balance. Let's point our right toe and then pull that foot in. So you're keeping the hip open. We don't want this. We want it open. You can keep the foot on the floor. That would be your first level. Just under the knee or all the way up in your inner thigh. Half lotus if you like. I'm going to stay here. This is actually my favorite. Now just stay there till you're steady. And then we're going to let our tree grow taller. Keeping the shoulders engaged. We're going to open up to full blossoming tree. All the trees are blooming outside. It's about the middle of May. We want a nice soft opening up. And let's slowly bring those palms to touch and lower to the heart. We're going to go right to the other side. So shake out. And then point in your left toe. Pull that foot in. First level, second level, all the way up into that third level, or half lotus if you'd like. Stay there till you're steady. And let's let our tree grow taller. Opening up to full blossoming tree. I've got my thumb and first index finger together. Chin Mudra. Anytime we connect our digits, our toes to our fingers to our fingers, we're actually doing energy work. We create a closed circuit with our energy system. Let's have another deep breath here. Exhale. And then bring the palms to touch. And lower to the heart. We're going to shake out and actually have a seat on the floor. So we're just going to take another moment to just breathe. Just a little rest, a little sitting Shavasana. we're just going to bend our knees and gently lower onto the back, keeping our knees bent. Turn sideways. Now when you get all the way down, place your palms to the floor. Walk your heels in closer to your butt. We're going to go into bridge or Setu Bandhu Shavasana. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, let's lift those hips. Now you want to squeeze the glutes, keep your thighs. If they're not touching, they should be pulling towards each other. Now you're welcome to stay here, pressing into your palms or rooting into your palms. The next level is to interlace your hands, but we're not bending our elbows and holding our butt up. You're keeping your arms straight, so you have to kind of walk your elbows under your body and lift. Bridge is considered to be a cooling posture. One of the reasons why I do it towards the end of class, it's not necessarily going to make you feel cooler. It has to do with what's going on inside our internal body. Bridge is also a nice modification for a shoulder stand, because we're still getting our head below the heart and get a lot of the benefits of a shoulder stand. It's actually considered a little shoulder stand while engaging the Muladhara chakra. Setu Bandhu Shavasana. Now let's lift up our right leg and circle that foot. Reverse direction. And then switch. Squeeze the butt, lift those hips. Lift up the left leg, circle that foot. Reverse. And then with both feet on the floor, lift those hips. Bring your palms to the floor. And we're going to lower one vertebra at a time. Pressing one vertebra into your mat until your lower back is on the floor. And then bring the knees to the chest. Hands are on your shins. And we're just going to draw circles with the knees. Not a very big circle. You're going to feel this as a massage on your lower back. Reverse direction. And then from here, lower one leg at a time. Bring your palms to the side as we prepare now for Shavasana. Just close your eyes, rock your head from side to side. I want you to continue to lie here with your eyes closed. I'm going to take you through a lot of suggestions. So I'm going to sit up and talk you into the relaxing, making the body and the mind connection. So I want you to relax your feet, your ankles. And I want you to repeat to yourself after me. I relax my feet. I relax my ankles, my calves, and my shins. I relax my knees, and I relax my inner and outer thighs. My legs are completely relaxed. I relax the lower belly. I relax the lower back. I relax my hips and all the muscles around the waist. My lower body is completely relaxed. I relax the upper belly and the muscles of the chest and shoulders. I relax the upper back. And I relax my arms, my palms, and each of my fingers. My upper body is completely relaxed. I relax my neck and my throat and my jaw. I relax the muscles of my face and scalp. I relax my eyes. I relax my tongue, and I relax all of my internal organs. My entire body is completely relaxed. We're just going to lie here in Shavasana for just a few moments. Just bring all of your awareness to your breath, your vital force. welcome to stay in Shavasana if you'd like a little longer. Or you can just draw your legs together, bring your arms over your head and have a nice stretch. And then bending your knees if you'll onto our right side as we just integrate into our day. And then you can gently push yourself back up into Sukhasana, where we'll finish with 3 cleansing breaths. So we're going to bring our hands once again to Chin Mudra. Sit up tall. Close your eyes. Let's have a deep breath in through the nose. And slowly exhale through the nose. Again, inhale. Exhale. And do one more deep breath. And exhale. And bringing our palms together. We want to give thanks for this chance to practice together, however remotely or virtually. And for those who kept this practice alive so we could share in this light, this love, this wisdom, I honor that light in each of you. Namaste. Well, I hope you enjoyed this yoga fusion class. Hopefully, I don't know when we'll be doing this live again, but hopefully soon. So everybody, take care of yourself. Don't be afraid. Try not to live in fear. Try not to think about the past or worry about the future. Just be present. It really is the best. The best thing you can learn to do is to be present. I'd also like to take a few moments to talk about our beautiful facility here at Soul Focus. I'm in the Serenity Room. The spa and the gym are currently closed, but this is the waiting room for spa members. It's absolutely beautiful. We also have lots of things that are still available, especially if you're trying to fight, this disease that's going around and you want to boost your immunity. We actually have immunity boosting supplements that you can get, as well as immunity boosting injections. You can actually have a little IV injection. It takes about 20 minutes to 30 minutes. You can come to the facility and have it done, or actually we do make house calls. And we are actually also doing COVID-19 testing. It's the rapid test. So if you're interested in any of these things that we are offering, you can go to our website, soulfocus.com, and get more information, or give us a call, and the phone number is on the website as well. And I just hope that you will stay present, enjoy each day, take it for what it's worth, try to learn something new, try to learn something about yourself, and most of all, be present. Namaste.